Hello there, good evening. You chose right tuning into Rwanda Television News tonight. It's time for our English edition, and this is what is coming up.
On the first day of his two-day state visit, President Paul Kagame noted that Tanzania is an important ally of Rwanda, especially in the development of trade and commerce.
Rwandans and Tanzanians state that the good relations between the two countries provide opportunities for the people of both countries to trade and do other activities that promote them. And once again, a very good evening to you and welcome to Rwanda Television News with me, Sam Kalisa.
And me, Martina Vera.
How are you, Martina?
I'm very good. How are you ending your weekend, your week?
Very, very, very great so far.
Okay, so let us start off our bulletin. On the first day of his two-day state visit, President Paul Kagame noted that Tanzania is an important ally of Rwanda, especially in the development of trade and commerce. The head of state made the affirmation on the first day of his two-day state visit to the United Republic of Tanzania on Thursday. We have more.
On the first day of his working visit to Tanzania, President Paul Kagame first held a tete-a-tete with his Tanzanian counterpart, President Samia Suluhu Hassan. President Kagame reiterated that Tanzania is an important ally of Rwanda.
Tanzania is a very key partner for Rwanda, particularly with respect to trade, logistics, and connectivity. We appreciate Tanzania's willingness to further strengthen these ties for mutual benefit, enabling our people to develop and develop faster, and our companies to compete better on global markets.
Rwanda and Tanzania enjoy strong bilateral cooperation in various fields, mainly trade. Apart from a large number of Rwandan traders using the port of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania is one of the main markets for Rwandan exports. To date, 80% of the goods imported to Rwanda pass through the port of Dar es Salaam. Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan noted that the benefits from the cooperation between the two countries should be increased from its stance today.
Ziara hii imetupa muda mzuri wa kutathmini masuala yote ya ushirikiano kati ya nchi zetu mbili.
President Kagame's visit is an opportunity to reflect on the cooperation between our two countries and come up with new ways of strengthening that cooperation. During our discussions and the discussions between the two delegations, we discussed a lot. We agreed on a number of things and resolved that our team of experts will do an assessment of where we stand. Among the things we talked about, let me mention a few, which include trade. We agreed to promote trade, but at the same time, build the infrastructure to facilitate that trade. This is because the level of trade between the two countries does not match the amount of resources we have, plus the good cooperation between the two countries. And regarding promoting trade, I told His Excellency Paul Kagame that we are doing everything possible to improve the performance of our ports, Dar es Salaam and Tanganyika, which are the ones used by Rwanda. We also discussed on ways to improve telecommunication so that Tanzania can cooperate with other countries.
Ili Tanzania iweze kutoa huduma kwa ufanisi kule Rwanda na nchi nyingine zinazotuzunguka.
The President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Kagame, also praised the role of the Tanzanian President in finding a lasting solution to the conflict in the region, especially the insecurity in eastern DRC.
I want to thank you for your leadership in finding a lasting solution to the conflicts that are within our region. Building lasting peace and security in our region will require sustained commitment from all of us, including those directly affected or responsible for the underlying problems.
President Paul Kagame is in Tanzania on a two-day working visit. The visit also aims to re-evaluate the progress of the cooperation between the two countries in various sectors of mutual interest. In August 2021, President Samia Suluhu Hassan held a two-day working visit to Rwanda, from which the two countries signed cooperation agreements in different sectors, including trade, education, and more. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Prince. Rwandans and Tanzanians state that the good relations between the two countries provide opportunities for the people of both countries to trade and do other activities that promote them. Jessica Agasaro.
In the Kigali Special Economic Zone located in Masoro, Azania Group, which originates from Tanzania, engaged in wheat flour manufacturing. Khalid Fazil Ali, the business operation manager at the Azania, points out why they decided to invest in Rwanda.
Kwa nini tunaenjoy kufanya business Rwanda? Kwa sababu ni very peaceful country.
The reason we are happy to do business in Rwanda is because it is a peaceful country. We have freedom. Any problem you face, you go and ask. You get all the information you want. The relationship between Rwanda and Tanzania is good. All the quantities we import are from Russia, Poland, and Germany. They all go through the port of Tanzania. When they arrive, they do not reach us for more than 3 days.
Pia tunalipa tax on time.
On the part of the Rwandans and Tanzanians who travel between the two countries, they indicate that they are happy that wherever they go, they feel welcome, safe and free.
As Rwandans, when you go to Tanzania, they treat us well without any problems. Often you have information that the car is going to be brought to the port. When we arrive, we look for a place to stay, rest and even travel as we please. And we can have a coffee. In short, they treat us well. They don't stop us from serving them either during the day or at night. My trip went well. I left Tanzania and arrived in Rwanda safely. When I'm here, I feel like I'm at home. Both in Rwanda and Tanzania. It's our home. I don't have any problems. I love President Kagame very much. May God continue to give him life. So we continue to come to Rwanda. We find ourselves as if we have come home.
It has been more than 20 years since the Rwanda-Tanzania Friendship Association, RwandaTV, was established. The president of the association, Musemakweli John, declares that RwandaTV was established in order to maintain the good relations between Rwandans and Tanzanians. Musemakweli noted that the existence of the peace and friendship between the two countries provides opportunities for trade.
In Tanzania, they grow corn, rice and beans. They have a lot of onions. They have fruits, including mangoes and pineapples. They are very healthy. They have fish in Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika. And they have a lot of food. Rwanda has potatoes and avocados.
Regarding the visit of the President of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, to the Republic of Tanzania, Rwandans and Tanzanians says that it helps in sharing achievements.
When the presidents meet and come to an agreement, they agree on everything. There are things they agree on for the development of their countries. There are agreements signed between the two countries. There are things they agree on and where they will help each other. They show that they were in solidarity with the people.
Visit Mr. President Paul Kagame kwenda Tanzania.
The visit of President Paul Kagame to Tanzania will foster the improvement of the relationship between Rwanda and Tanzania. For example, every 6 months, they hold meetings with business owners here in Rwanda. Last month, when we met, they had brought people from the port of Tanzania to ask us about the challenges we face. As we talk, our problems will be answered.
Last month pia alifanya meeting na wakaleta watu.
Tanzania borders Rwanda to the east, and it has a population of over 63 million people as of 2022. The country has the largest coastal area in the region. About 80% of the goods that comes to Rwanda pass through the Tanzanian port. Jessica Agasaro, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Jessica Agasaro, for that report. Now, technology at the front line of healthcare services in Africa was one of the main topics discussed on Thursday by entrants at the Transform Africa Summit 2023, which is ongoing in Zimbabwe. Participants claim that technology can improve the quality of healthcare. Shina Teta has the report.
On a telephone line, the doctor is offering consultation to the patient who preferred online treatment.
You don't have a fever, no vomiting, dizziness and diarrhea, right? How long have you been unwell? All right, thank you.
Upon the launch of Bebel's technology-based diagnostic services in 2016, 2.8 million patients have been examined close to 3 million times. Dr. Shivon Byamukama, the managing director of Bebel, says that this method is of great benefit to many.
Digital health is the way of the future. That is really how we are going to experience healthcare in the future, because it doesn't prevent you from doing the work that you're doing every day. So if you can imagine that you're in your garden or in your shop and you have a headache and you want to treat the headache, you just dial *8114, book an appointment with us, we're able to treat you. At the time of your convenience, we'll send you an SMS code, you'll send that, you go to a pharmacy and get the care that you need. So people don't seek healthcare because sometimes it can be complicated in terms of, I'm going to lose my economic activity, I'm going to go miles, and then ultimately, because you're delaying, what would have been treated by 10,000 becomes a solution of 100,000 or 1 million francs.
Also, there are patients who go to hospitals and are treated using technology known as artificial intelligence, where the doctor uses technology to diagnose and provide results. This method is reliable, as explained by Dr. Zubel Muvunyi.
I would say that the system is close to 99% accurate, given it can make a few or no mistakes compared to a human being, and helps to treat many patients in a small amount of time. We conduct a survey in order to connect our patients to our specialists where necessary.
For doctors who are at work, it has become much easier for them to acquire more knowledge, not necessarily trekking to trainings, because they have been introduced to a way of interacting with medical experts all around Rwanda and abroad, as narrated by Dr. Jean Damascene Ngambwa from Health Hub Africa.
People would gather in halls doing courses to gain knowledge, but we have created an online site with courses prepared by one medical expert, and all people in the country and abroad are able to access it. It brings a solution to those who work in health centers without medical experts.
Jean-Baptiste Byiringiro, a technology expert in the Ministry of Health, says that the use of advanced technology in health services will further promote medical tourism.
When they say treatment with artificial intelligence, it shows the use of technology, which means that even development is ensured. Rwanda seeks to be exemplary to other countries when it comes to advanced technology in health services.
The World Health Organization emphasizes that digital health is essential in achieving universal health coverage, as it extends the scope, transparency, and accessibility of health services and information, widening the population base, assessing the available services, and offering innovation and efficiency gains in the provision of health care. Shina Teta, RTV News.
We'll keep it to technology-related matters. Technology professionals assure that it is important to educate girls and give them opportunities in the industry at a young age in order to support their professional growth and to advance gender diversity and inclusivity. Olive Nete.
While on this Thursday the world celebrated the International Girls in ICT Day, various schools in Rwanda also celebrated it. It was marked by competitions organized in order to build the capacity, developing skills, and also to foster a supportive community to help girls unlock their potential in the world of technology. Some of the young girls who attended these competitions reiterated on the benefits of such workshops.
Where the world is leading, it's a world that technology is leading. So I think that the male gender alone can't work alone to improve the world if they're working alone. So helping each other, male gender and female gender, will help us to improve everybody to have a role in the improvement of the world and to add on their own ideas, since there are some ideas that are kept shut in some places when they don't give equality and give us or girls a chance to speak and to show what they have and what they know. Meaning, if we are exposed, if every girl, whether the town or village, if everyone has a chance to be exposed to the world, they can be of advantage, they can bring something to the table.
I feel like for long, girls or women themselves have been downgraded in a way that they can't do some certain things, they can't do the same thing as boys can. But I feel like this brings it's more like a startup level for girls to literally showcase what they can do and use their knowledge, their intellect, wherever they've learned to actually make something that they can literally be used to empower the world itself.
It is a competition that was attended by 6 primary and secondary schools of Gasabo district. One of the organizers, Ange Gabriela Ndikezi, as well as Sylvain Sanga from the Rwandan Association of Women in Science and Engineering, points out the importance of empowering girls in ICT at a younger age.
These tech fields, you'll find that they're male-dominated, and we want to increase girls. As a student, I believe that it's not for someone else to come and make that change. It's for me to realize that it's time. It's time for me to stand up and believe that I can create that change.
Technology is very important for us because we can no longer dissociate our life with technology. The fact that we can't dissociate it, we need to make technology work for us. And it cannot work for everyone if everyone is not included in the conception of technology. Because one way of making sure we bridge the gender-digital divide is to also make sure that girls join science courses. Because if they join science courses, they will more likely be engineers and be part of the whole ecosystem of developing solutions. We need to give women and girls the right skills to use technology.
Statistics show that 46.4% of girls are in STEM subjects in Rwanda. This year's theme of Girls in ICT Day is Digital Skills for Life. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Olive Nete for that report. Congolese refugees living in the Mahama camp have continued to ask that advocacy be made so that their problems can be addressed. We have the report.
The issues the refugees have continued to raise are not new, nor are they unreasonable, but the most serious are yet to be properly addressed.
Ikibazo cya mbere ni ugutaha iwacu tugasubiza iwacu bagakurayo FDR igataha mu Rwanda natwe tugasubira ku butaka bwacu.
The first issue has to do with our going back home and for the FDLR rebels to get off our land and return here to Rwanda. We also want the atrocities being committed against our relatives who remain there to stop. We want this more than anything else. Before we're able to return, we want to access quality education while in this camp. You saw for yourselves that we have children who arrived recently and are yet to return to school. We also need good health care and finally an increase in the aid being provided. We need this matter resolved quickly as possible. The Tutsi have been victimized, forced to roam the world, leaving their belongings behind for the FDLR, yet none of this is our fault. The Tutsi are being called the problem in Congo and abroad in the countries we have been forced to flee to. We live with the pain of being wanderers, yet we have a home without property because we are forced to leave it all behind.
Members of the diplomatic corps here in Rwanda have visited the refugees and heard and seen their plight. Rwanda's government, meanwhile, has committed to assisting the Congolese refugees in every way it can. They took the time to talk to them and will do the necessary advocacy for them. When people truly understand the nature of a problem, they are able to work on a solution. We want all refugees in the country to be catered for, with all their human needs met, but as a long-term solution, assisting those who wish to return home cannot be excluded. The diplomats also visited projects meant to better the welfare of the refugees, such as those to do with health and education. The Mahama refugee camp in Kirehe district of Rwanda's eastern province is home to slightly more than 58,000 refugees, with 19,000 of them Congolese and the rest Burundian nationals.
Moving ahead, citizens appreciate that the VAT exemption on rice and maize flour made their prices deduct as well. Meanwhile, economic experts demonstrate that this move is one of the measurements in curbing inflation. Prince Manzi.
On the 19th of April 2023, the Ministry of Trade and Industry announced that the value-added tax has been waived off on maize flour and rice. Citizens appreciate new prices set after the tax reforms.
We were happy. For instance, rice was bought at a higher price, as well as Irish potatoes. And due to how the economy was unstable, we found it hard to buy rice. But now we are very happy.
Rice and Irish potatoes prices deducted, and they are essential for our daily lives and in our families. So their deduction led to other commodities prices deduction as well. Nevertheless, these citizens demonstrate that there are commodities that still have higher prices.
Beans price did not deduct as they did not grow well in this season, but hopefully it will be great in the near future.
Beans are still high, as well as sugar, but prices of other commodities are deducting and citizens are buying happily. The executive director at the Rwanda's Consumers Organization, Damien Dizeye, states that reducing the cost of some of the products on the market is one of the measurements in curbing inflation. When prices of some of the commodities deduct on the market, one way or the other, it affects the rest. This cannot have higher effects. Rather, the effects can be there if prices increase. We were used to inconsistencies of prices done by sellers, but when the government does not take the measurements earlier, prices increase and it leads to inflation. The Ministry of Trade and Industry demonstrates that no trader is allowed to sell goods above the set prices. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Right, and from this we put a period to our tonight's edition on behalf of the entire news production as well as the technical team that made it happen. Thanks for being with us on this edition of Rwanda Television News. We'll say up until next time.
Stay safe.
And have a great evening.